a problem-solving system that was first introduced by Taichi Ono of Toyota back in the 1950s. And you may well have heard of it. It's called the 5 Whys. The concept, briefly explained, starts with a problem you want to solve, and obviously in the context of this program leads to a decision that should be taken to resolve the problem. Now, the premise is that by simply asking the question once, why did something happen, that you run the risk of only getting a superficial answer and not getting to the root cause of the problem. Now, taking action on a superficial answer, of course, would most likely lead to a poor decision. So the principle of the 5 Whys is to be more probing and ensure that you fully understand as much as you can about why a specific problem may have occurred, and hence can take a better decision to address it. So let's just think of an example here of how beneficial the 5 Whys could be in a simple situation. Let's say your car will not start and you need to understand the reason so that you can address the problem and fix it. Suppose it won't start because the battery is dead. You may simply decide you need a new battery. But if this is not the root cause, you may spend money on a new battery only to find that at some point after the car breaks down again with exactly the same issue. So using the 5 Whys, let's see how we can successfully get to the root cause of the problem and actually prevent it happening again. So let's run through that car scenario. My car will not start. This is the problem. My first why is, why won't it start? And the answer is the battery is dead. If I then ask the question why with my second why is the battery dead? The answer is the alternator is not functioning. Why is the alternator not functioning? Because the alternator belt is broken. Why is the alternator belt broken? Well, it was beyond its useful service life and has never been replaced. Why has it never been replaced? Well, that's because it wasn't serviced regularly enough. So I've not been maintaining my car according to the recommended service schedule. And then we suddenly get to a root cause. And the root cause of this problem is that replacement parts were not available for this extreme age of my vehicle. Hence, my car broke down because the subsequent consequences of what happened were that the battery died. My solution is I will maintain my car according to the recommended service schedule. I won't go out and buy another battery. The questioning for this example could be taken further to a 6th, 7th, or even greater level. And this would be legitimate, as the 5 is not fixed. It's just really getting to the root cause that matters. Let's just summarize where we are. The real key is to aim to avoid assumptions and logic traps, and instead to trace the chain of causality in direct steps from the effect that the car won't start through to the root cause, which is the car was not maintained properly. And that really is the absolute sort of practical implementation of the 5 Whys in connection with a real sort of life problem.